So an update on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akejola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
Yes, a very good morning to you, Tunde. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai. All right, the Commonwealth Games is hitting up day 4. It is. But let's look at day 3 and day 2. Quite memorable for Nigerians. Commonwealth records tumbling. I must actually start it off with our DJ at Olarinoye, and she actually clinched it with a games record of 203 combined, of course, 192 in the snatch and 111 in the clean and jerk. So congratulations to her. And also now Lawal is another lady that has actually etched the name in the Safalasha de Lawal, also doing a total 206, 110 in the snatch, 116 in the clean and jerk to win the 59 kg category for the women. So congratulations to her. And Edith Young Umoifong also bringing it in, or Umo Afia, I beg your pardon, also bringing it. He came in with third. He came in third, I beg your pardon. All right, lifting 290. And I must say that kudos to the ladies. They've been doing very, very well. And this is a testament to the resilience of Nigerians, because I'll explain that in a moment. Because as it stands right now, there have been talks about trying to kill that particular story, but it's unfortunate that we always have to talk about this. Rufa, you mentioned this. The reason why we bring this to the fore is that when issues happen, the athletes are the ones that actually suffer. And talking about the kit right now, there have been kit issues. As a matter of fact, there were talks that as at Wednesday, Thursday, they had actually contracted a Birmingham supplier, a kit manufacturer, to produce kits for Nigerians. And I'm like, Wednesday and Thursday, the opening ceremony was on Friday. So as it stands right now, some athletes have not gotten the full complement of kits. And if they can actually help us with the kits there, remember this particular kit, we spoke about it, the Puma kits that were actually out there that probably would have served Nigeria for quite a while right now. That did not play out heavily, and for internal wranglings, they decided to jettison that particular kit. The kit is actually wallowing and actually gathering dust in some warehouse. We don't know whether they've returned it back from Tokyo or it's still in Tokyo, but we're sure that Nigeria is going to the games to not have the full complement of kits once again. And this is really shameful. This is really sad, because we shouldn't have to be saying this time and time again. The athletes should be given all to be able to succeed. And these people have to always dig deep time and time again. We're not sure if the Super Falcons have even been paid as we still speak to you right now. But that is water under the bridge, I must actually say. Now, away from that, let's talk about a crash that actually happened. And Joe Truman is his name. He actually had a massive shave and massive brush with dirt. Now, if we actually move on, Joe Truman, it was really a very, very ghastly collision, and it could have cost him his life. But we are glad that he only broke one of his collarbones and he had a little bit of concussion. But he survived, and I must say kudos to him for surviving that, because when you have high impact injuries like that, sometimes it could go the wrong way. People thought or feared the worst because he actually passed out at some point in time, but we can say that ultimately he was able to recover and he will be fine. He actually tweeted from the hospital and actually showed pictures of the bloody face, but nevertheless. Okay, moving away from Joe Truman, and let's talk about the table right now. Nigeria has been able to get as far as the 9th on the table, and which is quite encouraging. We need to do better because we finished 9th in the last games in Gold Coast. So right now we've gotten 2 gold, 1 bronze, and we are hoping that we can actually do better than what we did in Gold Coast. One of the biggest one of the biggest games that we are looking forward to today will be the guys talking about the table tennis men, as they will all be going out against India with the hope that they can actually get into the finals and bring in another gold for Team Nigeria. But talking about gold, all right, you spoke about it. The Lionesses decided to actually bring it in style. They were made to work hard for it, but ultimately the Lionesses of England decided to bring it in, winning the Euro Championship. Actually, not just doing that alone, but they also got one off Germany, because the last time they actually met at the Bramall Lane, they lost to Germany. But this time around, they were able to deliver the crop, and they've been celebrating non-stop. As a matter of fact, celebrating into the wee of the night with the trophy in front of the hotel there, as you can actually see. And let's move away from that. As the mid-season is coming to an end in Formula One, the Hungarian Grand Prix came, and a lot was expected from George Russell, who was picking up his first pole position, but it wasn't meant to be for him. And once again, Charles Leclerc and the Ferrari team, their misgivings, their lack of experience is literally costing them in this particular championship.
It wasn't them, it was Matteo Bonito.
Oh?
It was Matteo Bonito, the team principal, that made a big error. Not Charles Leclerc.
No, of course, I'm talking about the Ferrari team. Ultimately, the Ferrari team and Leclerc had the red face in this particular race in Hungary, and once again giving this man, Max Verstappen, an opportunity to pick another checker flag and also strengthen his lead to 80 points as it stands right now. But what everyone seems to be celebrating is the fact that as it stands, okay, first of all, he actually started off 10th position, but he actually rode into first. Lewis Hamilton started 7th, came into 2nd, and Nigel Hamilton seemed to be finishing the first half of the season strongly. And I must say, congratulations to him. They had the problems, I must actually say, but nevertheless. And it's unfortunate that one man, a legend in the game, talking about basketball, Bill Russell, has passed on at the age of 88. He was a man that defined several things for the blacks in the NBA. Of course, part of the first major college lineup to start. He helped lead the walkout when they refused to send them into a particular hotel. He was part of the first NBA lineup to start 5 back players back in 1964. When you look at it, he was the first head coach of any North American pro sports team. He went on to win 11 NBA championship rings in his career. Quite the character, I must actually say. Bill Russell, may his justice so rest in perfect peace. And lastly, before I come to you, Manchester City once again were beaten by Liverpool in the FA Community Shield. Mo Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and new boy Nunes scoring the goals, and they had an opportunity to lift the first silverware for the season.
I'm really proud of our Nigerian athletes doing us so proud in the Commonwealth Games, but it's so sad that they're constantly let down. I read this interview by the kit manufacturers, how excited they were to be called in at the last minute to help Nigeria. And I'm like, one person's excitement is another person's complete mortification. Because as a Nigerian, I was cringing reading that. It's nothing short of a national embarrassment. And for it to happen again, it's awful. And with regards, yes, it keeps happening.
The Oregon Games, and
yes.
now this.
But with regards to the Lionesses, obviously, fantastic job. But I want to talk about Serena Weigman, their coach.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? She grew up in The Hague, and she wasn't allowed to play football. Only the boys were, which is the same in European schools. In schools in England, girls have to play netball, hockey, or lacrosse. Only boys play football and rugby. If she was not a rebel, what would we be saying today? She got to represent her country, and from there she was given a scholarship in University of North Carolina in America, and she came home to the Netherlands wanting to replicate the kind of training that she got there in her country. It took her country to win. The Netherlands won the same cup under her. So this is the second time for a different country. She's nothing short of amazing. And she kept kissing her wristband because she just lost her sister, and that was to remind her of her sister. And she's also a mother. This is an Amazon. I have to talk about her. She has 2 children and accomplished all of that. Amazing.
Yes, excellent. Tribute to Weigman. She's done very well. Great achievement for women's football. We hope that Nigeria will also pay attention and try to develop the women's football here. Now, as for the kids, there's another side to the story.
I would like to
Malik Ibitoye, who is the spokesperson for the Ministry of Sports, Youth and Development, says that we should make a distinction between competition kits and athletes kits. Now, I don't understand that distinction, but he said 3 weeks ago, about 300 kits were made available to the 94 athletes representing Nigeria at the Commonwealth Games. But that certain federations have specific kits, and that's the one that Nigeria had to rush to MG Sportswear to help them produce.
Doctor, that's...
No, just wait. No.
Okay.
We We must hear both sides of the story.
No, but
no, let me finish. I follow the story.
Okay.
So he's providing another side of the story. But should it even happen at all that either it is competition kits or athlete kits, you have to wait till the last moment? Because the director of MG Sportswear is saying that they had to work overnight within 2 days to produce over 200 kits and over 400 badges for Nigerian athletes. But it happens all the time. It's either they don't get the name of the country right, or the kits are not available, or the kits are inadequate, or the kits are stolen.
Now, Doctor,
I'm not justifying.
Let me say this here.
But I'm saying there is
no federation that can field 200 athletes to any games in Nigeria. So saying that a federation decided to order kits, it's the other way around. It was the ministry, because the ministry clearly are taking almost 200 people to the games. So if you say it's the federation, which federation has a contingent of 50?
So you are saying that the Ministry of Sports is lying through Malik Bitoye. That's what
the Ministry of Sports are not being truthful. Let me just put it that way. There's a difference. It's semantics, but there's a difference.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Aaron.